Hello, everyone. I'm Natasha, and today I'm going to share something very close to my daily routine. The words that I personally use every single day to boost my English vocabulary. These words are not complicated or difficult, but they are powerful. They are the kind of words that can easily fit into your daily conversations, no matter where you are, and they will help you sound more natural and more fluent. Now, let me explain why I use these words every day. Vocabulary is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. If you only learn a word once and never use it again, it disappears from your mind. But if you use a word every day, it becomes part of you. It becomes natural. And you don't even have to think about it when you speak. That is why I choose certain words and repeat them in my conversations, in my writing, and even when I'm thinking to myself in English. For example, one word I love using every day is actually. It's such a simple word, but it makes my sentences sound smoother and more real. If someone asks me, "Do you like tea?" I can say, "Yes, I do." But if I say, "Yes, I actually do," it feels warmer, more natural. It shows a little bit of surprise or a little bit of extra feeling. That is why I practice it every day. Let's practice together. Imagine you are with a friend and they ask you, "Do you enjoy learning English?" You can answer with me, "Yes, I actually enjoy it a lot." Let's try again with another situation. Someone says, "Do you live in a busy city?" You reply, "Yes, I actually live in a very busy place." Notice how this one small word adds flavor to the answer. Another word I use every day is maybe. It's such a practical word because life is not always certain. Sometimes you don't want to say yes or no. Maybe is the perfect word for that. For example, if a friend asks, "Are you free tomorrow?" and you're not sure yet, you can say, "Maybe I'll let you know." It keeps the conversation soft and polite. Practice with me. Say this sentence. "Maybe I will go for a walk later." Good. Now try another. "Maybe we can meet this weekend." Every time you say maybe, you're practicing how to be natural in English without sounding too strict or too formal. Another word I use daily is because. It's a connecting word, but it's so powerful. It allows you to explain your thoughts, your reasons, your feelings. Without it, your sentences feel empty. For example, if someone says, "Why are you learning English?" and you only reply, "I want to," that's okay, but it feels unfinished. If you say, "I'm learning English because I want to travel and meet new people," now your answer feels full, clear, and confident. Let's practice. Repeat after me. "I'm practicing English because I want to improve my career." Now, another example. "I'm reading this book because I enjoy stories in English." Using because forces you to make longer sentences, and this naturally grows your fluency. Another favorite word I use is really. This little word is so useful in daily life. It shows emotion, and it makes your sentences stronger. For example, "I'm happy" is fine, but "I'm really happy" feels more alive. "The food was good" is okay, but "the food was really good" sounds much more enthusiastic. Practice with me now. Say, "I'm really excited to learn new words today." Good. Another one. "This exercise is really helpful for me." Now, let's talk about the word sure. I use it every single day. If someone asks you, "Can you help me?" you can simply say, "Sure." It's short, it's friendly, and it's natural. It makes you sound confident and easygoing. Practice with me. Someone says, "Can you open the window?" You answer, "Sure, no problem." Another one, "Can you tell me the time?" And you reply, "Sure, it's 5 o'clock." Using sure makes your English feel natural in everyday life situations. Another word that I use constantly is really combined with sure. For example, if someone says, "Do you like this movie?" You can say, "Yes, I'm really sure it's great." This shows both confidence and emotion at the same time. Next, let's practice with sometimes. This is a word I love because it describes real life. Not everything happens always, and not everything never happens. Sometimes is the balance in between. For example, sometimes I feel tired after work. Sometimes I study English at night. It makes your English sound realistic and honest. Now, practice with me. Say, "Sometimes I listen to English music." Again, sometimes I forget new words. When you practice with this word, you train your brain to talk about real situations, not just black and white answers. Another essential word I use is probably, it's polite, and it helps you express possibility. If someone asks, "Will you come to the party?" you can say, "Probably yes," or "I'll probably be there." It makes you sound natural, not too direct, not too uncertain, just balanced. Practice now. Repeat, "I'll probably go shopping later." Again, "It will probably rain today." Using probably gives your sentences a softer, more realistic tone. Let me share another word I love, already. This word shows that something happened before now. For example, "I already finished my homework," or "I already watched that movie." It gives a sense of time and makes your sentence sound complete. Practice together. Say, "I already learned this word." Now, "I already ate lunch." Notice how this word makes your sentences stronger by adding time information. And finally, for this section, I want to share the word really one more time, but in a different way. Sometimes I use it not to show emotion, but to confirm something. If someone says, "I started a new job," you can reply, "Really?" It shows interest, curiosity, and it keeps the conversation going. Practice this with me. Imagine a friend says, "I bought a new phone." You reply, "Really? That's nice." Another one, "I traveled last week." You say, "Really? Where did you go?" This simple word keeps the conversation alive and natural. So you see, just by practicing and using words like actually, maybe, because, really, sure, sometimes, probably, already, and really in different ways, you can grow your vocabulary naturally every day. The secret is not to memorize long lists of difficult words, but to take small, useful words and repeat them in your daily conversations until they feel natural to you. Now, let's move on to another set of words that I use every day, and I recommend that you use them too. These are the kind of words that make your sentences flow naturally, and they help you connect your thoughts in a smooth way. One of my favorite words is actually combined with "I think." For example, "Actually, I think this is a good idea." This structure is so natural in conversation. People use it all the time when they want to share their opinion in a polite and thoughtful way. Let's practice this together. Repeat after me. "Actually, I think this lesson is useful." Good. Again. Actually, I think English is easier when I practice every day. Notice how the combination feels like real conversation. Not too strong, not too weak, just natural. Another very common word that I use daily is maybe later. Life is busy. And sometimes you cannot say yes immediately. Instead of just saying no, which can feel too direct, you can say maybe later. For example, if someone says, "Do you want to go out now?" you can reply, "Maybe later. I need to finish my work first." It keeps the conversation friendly and open. Practice with me. Say, "Maybe later, I'll call you." Another, "Maybe later, we can watch a movie." This little phrase is perfect for daily life situations, and I use it all the time. The next word I use often is by the way. This is not just a word, but a phrase that works like magic in conversations. It helps you change the topic smoothly or add extra information. For example, you might be talking about school and then you remember something. So you say, "By the way, did you finish your homework?" It feels natural, and it connects ideas without breaking the conversation. Let's practice. Repeat after me. By the way, I wanted to ask you something. Good. Another one. By the way, have you seen my keys? You see how easy it is to use and how it makes conversations flow. Another daily use word is really, especially when combined with questions. For example, if someone says, "I got a new job," you can respond with, "Really? That's amazing." It's short, but it shows interest and makes the other person feel heard. This is something I always use in my conversations because it makes me sound more friendly and engaged. Practice with me. Imagine someone says, "I'm going on vacation." You reply, "Really? Where are you going?" Another one. Someone says, "I started learning French." You say, "Really? That's cool." These little responses are powerful in building connection with people. Another word that I find myself using daily is so, not just as a connector, but as an emphasis. For example, "I'm so happy to see you." "This food is so delicious." "The movie was so interesting." The word "so" makes your feelings stronger and more colorful. Practice with me. Say, "I'm so excited to learn English today." Again. This exercise is so helpful. Using "so" in this way will make your English sound alive and full of emotion. Now, let's talk about really good versus so good. These are two small expressions I use daily, and they both add power to your English. For example, "The weather is really good today," or "The weather is so good today." Both sound natural, but they give a slightly different flavor. Let's practice both. Say, "This lesson is really good." Now, "This lesson is so good." Notice how they feel in your mouth, how natural they are when spoken out loud. Another word I use often is, of course, it's polite, friendly, and shows confidence. If someone asks, "Can you help me?" you can reply, "Of course." If someone says, "Can you explain this to me?" you can say, "Of course, I'd be happy to." It feels supportive and welcoming. Practice now. Say, "Of course, I will help you." Again. "Of course, I enjoy learning new words. You can use this every day in so many situations. Now, let's explore the word well. This is such a flexible word, and I use it daily. At the beginning of a sentence, it gives you time to think. For example, if someone asks, "What do you want to eat?" you can start by saying, "Well, maybe I want pizza," or, "Well, I'm not sure yet." It buys you time and makes you sound natural. Practice with me. Say, "Well, I think I need more practice." Another, "Well, maybe I'll do it tomorrow." You'll notice how it softens your sentences and makes you sound more relaxed. Another everyday phrase is, "you know." People use it to make conversation feel lighter and more connected. For example, "It's really hot today, you know," or "Learning English takes time, you know." It's like adding a friendly touch to your words. Practice this. Say, "It's not easy, you know." Again, "This is fun, you know." It creates a more natural rhythm in your speaking. Now let's practice with "I guess." This is a word I use to show uncertainty in a soft way. For example, "I guess I'll go to the park later." Or, "I guess he is not coming." It's polite, and it shows you are not 100% sure, but you are making a guess. Practice together. Say, "I guess I need more vocabulary practice." Another, "I guess we'll see what happens." Using this daily will give you more comfort in conversations when you don't want to sound too direct. Another word I use is kind of. This phrase helps you show something that is not exact. For example, "I'm kind of tired," or "This book is kind of interesting." It softens your statement and makes it sound casual. Practice now. Say, "I'm kind of busy today." Another, "I'm kind of hungry." You'll see how natural it feels when you say it. And finally, let's look at the phrase a little bit. I use this every day when I want to make something sound smaller or lighter. For example, "I'm a little bit tired," or "I was a little bit late." It's polite and soft, and it's very common in real English conversations. Practice with me. Say, "I'm a little bit nervous." Now, "I'm a little bit excited." Notice how it makes your sentences sound natural and less strong. So now, we have added more daily use words and phrases like, "Actually, I think," "maybe later," "by the way," "really" in questions. So, "really good," "so good," "of course," "well," "you know," "I guess," "kind of," and "a little bit." When you practice them every day, you will see a big difference in your fluency and in the way your English flows. Another group of words I use every single day are the ones that help me express time and order. These words are small, but very important, because they allow me to explain my day, tell a story, or describe events clearly. One of the first words I always use is then. This word helps connect actions in a sequence. For example, I can say, "I woke up, then I had breakfast, then I went to work." It makes my sentences flow and helps the listener follow my story. Let's practice with then. Repeat after me. I'll study English. Then I'll watch a movie. Another one. I'll call my friend. Then I'll go to sleep. You see how simple this is, but how useful it becomes in daily life. Another daily word is next. This is another way to connect actions in time. For example, I went shopping, and next I cooked dinner. It helps organize your thoughts clearly. Practice now. Say, I'll finish my homework. Next, I'll play a game. Another. I'll read this article. Next, I'll write a summary. Using next helps you explain your day step by step in English. Another common word I use all the time is before. It's so simple, but very useful. For example, I brushed my teeth before I went to bed. Or, I called my mom before I started cooking. It gives structure to your story and shows order. Let's practice with me. Say, I washed my hands before eating. Another one. I stretched before exercising. Practicing with before makes your speaking clearer because you can explain what happened first. Now, the opposite word is after. I use this every day when I want to explain something that happened later. For example, after lunch, I went for a walk. Or, I cleaned the kitchen after cooking. It's very natural in daily conversation. Practice with me. Say, after school, I met my friend. Another. I'll take a shower after the gym. Simple, but powerful. Another word I use is usually. This is one of my favorite daily words because it describes habits. For example, I usually wake up early. Or, I usually drink coffee in the morning. It tells people about your routine. Practice. This now. Say, I usually practice English at night. Another, I usually take the bus to work. This is perfect for describing your normal daily activities. Along with usually, I also use always. For example, I always check my phone in the morning. Or, I always brush my teeth before bed. It shows something that happens 100% of the time. Practice with me. Say, I always try to learn new English words. Another, I always listen to music when I cook. Now, let's balance it with never. This is the opposite of always. And I use it when something does not happen at all. For example, I never smoke. Or, I never drink soda. It's strong, but it's very useful in daily conversations. Practice now. Say, I never forget to practice English. Another, I never skip breakfast. This helps you practice both grammar and natural rhythm in English. Another favorite daily use word is sometimes. I know we practiced it earlier, but I want to return to it because I use it constantly in different ways. For example, sometimes I cook, sometimes I eat out. Or, sometimes I feel lazy, sometimes I feel active. It gives balance and makes your sentences sound realistic. Let's practice together. Say, sometimes I study in the morning, sometimes I study at night. Again, sometimes I forget words, sometimes I remember them easily. This is exactly how real conversations sound. Another phrase I love using is at the same time. For example, I was listening to music and reading at the same time. Or, I was working and drinking coffee at the same time. It shows actions happening together. Practice this. Say, I was watching TV and eating at the same time. Another, I can laugh and learn at the same time. Using this phrase daily helps you explain multitasking naturally. Now, let's talk about right now. This phrase is something I use every day when I want to emphasize the present moment. For example, I'm busy right now, or I'm studying English right now. It's powerful because it brings attention to the current action. Practice with me. Say, I'm listening right now. Again, I'm learning English right now. You can feel how strong and focused this phrase is. Another word that I use often is already, combined with time. For example, I already finished my homework, or I already cleaned my room. We practiced it earlier, but I want to show you how often it comes up in daily speech. Practice now. Say, I already ate dinner. Another, I already watched that show. The more you practice it, the more natural it feels. Now, let's practice with yet. This is another common daily word when asking or answering questions. For example, have you finished yet? Or, I haven't done it yet. It's short, simple, and very common. Practice with me. Say, I haven't studied yet. Another, I haven't eaten yet. Try asking, have you started yet? This is exactly how native speakers use it daily. Another phrase I use often is for a while. For example, I've been waiting for a while. Or, I stayed there for a while. It's useful when you want to show a short or medium period of time. Practice this. Say, I studied for a while. Another, I rested for a while. This helps you sound more natural when talking about time. Finally, for this section, let's practice in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. These are very common phrases that I use daily because they help me describe my day clearly. For example, I go jogging in the morning, or I read books in the evening. Practice now. Say, I drink coffee in the morning. Another, I relax in the evening. These are such simple, useful phrases that I recommend you practice them every day. So, in this part, we practiced words and phrases that describe time and order. Then, next, before, after, usually, always, never, sometimes, at the same time, right now, already, yet, for a while, and in the morning, in the evening. These are not just vocabulary items, they are the foundation of everyday English conversations. Now, let's look at another group of words that I use every day. These are words that help me express my feelings and emotions. Because daily life is full of feelings, and if we can describe them well in English, our conversations become richer and more real. One of my favorite words is happy. It's simple, but I use it every single day. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy it's Friday. I'm happy because I learned something new. Happiness is something small or big, and the word happy is always useful. Practice with me now. Say, I'm happy to be here. Another one, I'm happy to learn new English words. The more you repeat it, the more natural it feels. Another word I use all the time is excited. This is stronger than happy. It shows that you are full of energy and looking forward to something. For example, I'm excited about my trip. Or, I'm excited to start this new lesson. Let's practice together. Say, I'm excited to learn English today. Again, I'm excited to practice speaking. Notice how this word brings energy to your voice. Now, let's balance this with the word tired. I use this almost daily because it's true. After work, after studying, after a long day, I say, I'm tired. It's natural and honest. Practice with me. Say, I'm tired after school. Another, I feel tired in the evening. Using this word helps you talk about your real life. Another daily emotion word is bored. When something is not interesting, I say, I'm bored. For example, I'm bored of this TV show. Or, I feel bored when I have nothing to do. Practice now. Say, I'm bored when I don't study. Another, I feel bored on Sundays sometimes. This is exactly how people talk in everyday life. Now, let's use interested. This is the opposite of bored. For example, I'm interested in learning English, or I'm interested in cooking. It's useful for hobbies, studies, and conversations. Practice with me. Say, I'm interested in books. Another, I'm interested in traveling. When you use this word often, you can share your passions easily. Another common daily word is hungry. I use it every single day because we all need food. For example, I'm hungry, let's eat. Or, I'm really hungry after work. Practice with me now. Say, I'm hungry in the morning. Another, I feel hungry before dinner. Simple, useful, and natural. Along with hungry comes thirsty. Another word I use every day. For example, I'm thirsty, I need some water. Or, I feel thirsty after running. Practice this. Say, I'm thirsty right now. Another, I'm thirsty in the afternoon. These words are easy, but they're exactly what you need for daily life. Another emotional word I use is worried. This is very common because in life we often think about problems. For example, I'm worried about my exam, or I'm worried because I'm late. Practice with me. Say, I'm worried about my homework. Another, I feel worried when I forget words. This is realistic and very useful. Now, let's practice with relaxed. This is the opposite of worried. For example, I feel relaxed on the weekend, or I'm relaxed when I listen to music. Say with me, I feel relaxed after practicing English. Another, I'm relaxed in the evening. Notice how it feels calm and positive. Another word I use every day is busy. Life is busy, and this word comes naturally in daily conversation. For example, I'm busy with work. Or, I'm busy right now. Can we talk later? Practice now. Say, I'm busy today. Another, I'm busy with my studies. You'll use this word many times every day. Another word is free, not just about money, but about time. For example, I'm free this afternoon. Or, are you free tomorrow? This is so common in daily life when making plans. Practice with me. Say, I am free after lunch. Another, I'm free this weekend. Simple, natural, and important. Now, let's use the word good with feelings. For example, I feel good today. Or, that sounds good. This is an all-purpose phrase and I use it constantly. Practice together. Say, I feel good about learning English. Another, that's good news. You'll hear and use this phrase daily. Another emotional word I love using is bad. Life isn't always perfect, and we need this word to express negative feelings. For example, I feel bad about being late, or that movie was bad. Practice now. Say, I feel bad when I don't practice. Another, the weather is bad today. It's a simple but honest word. Now, let's combine words to make emotional phrases stronger. For example, really happy, very tired, a little bored, so excited. These combinations make your English more colorful. Practice with me. Say, I'm really happy to be here. Another, I'm very tired after work. Again, I'm a little bored this afternoon. And I'm so excited for tomorrow. Using these combinations daily will make your English feel more expressive. Another useful phrase is not really. For example, if someone asks, are you hungry? You can say, not really. Or, do you like this show? And you reply, not really. It's polite and soft, and I use it all the time. Practice this. Say, do you want to study now? Not really. Another, are you bored? Not really. You'll see how common and useful this phrase is. Now, let's use the word okay. This is one of the most common words in English, and I use it every single day. For example, okay, let's start. Or, are you ready? Okay. It's short, flexible, and friendly. Practice with me. Say, okay, I'll do it. Another, okay, I understand. This word is everywhere in daily conversations. Finally, let's practice with fine. This is often used to answer, how are you? For example, I'm fine, thank you. But also in other ways, that's fine. It's fine with me. It's common, polite, and useful. Practice this now. Say, I'm fine, thank you. Another, that's fine. And one more, it's fine, don't worry. You'll use this word many times a day. So in this part, we practiced many words for feelings and emotions. Happy, excited, tired, bored, interested, hungry, thirsty, worried, relaxed, busy, free, good, bad, really happy, very tired, a little bored, so excited, not really, okay, and fine. These are the true building blocks of daily conversation, and using them daily will help you sound natural and fluent. Another group of words that I find myself using every single day are the ones that help me describe quantity and frequency. These words are simple, but they give more detail to my sentences and make my English sound more complete. One of the first words in this group is a lot. I use it all the time. For example, I drink a lot of water, or I watch a lot of movies. It's such a flexible phrase that can describe many things: time, energy, people, objects. Let's practice with me. Say, I study English a lot. Another one, I read a lot of books. Notice how natural it sounds and how it makes your sentences longer and clearer. Another everyday word is many. This is very useful when talking about countable things. For example, I have many friends. Or, there are many cars on the street. It's simple, but very common. Practice now. Say, I know many English words. Another, I have many questions. This word will appear again and again in your daily life. Next is much. I use it every day when I talk about uncountable things. For example, I don't have much time, or I don't drink much coffee. It's very important to use correctly. Practice with me. Say, I don't have much homework today. Another, I don't need much help. Another daily phrase is a few. This means a small number. For example, I have a few friends in this city. Or, I bought a few apples. I use this all the time when I don't want to say many, but also not zero. Practice together. Say, I have a few minutes. Another, I made a few mistakes. You can see how soft and natural it feels. Along with a few, I also use a little. This is very common with uncountable nouns. For example, I need a little help, or I have a little money. It makes your sentences polite and natural. Practice now. Say, I need a little water. Another, I have a little time to study. It's short and very useful in daily life. Another quantity word I use is enough. This is so important because in life we often talk about having the right amount. For example, I have enough money, or I didn't get enough sleep. I use it constantly. Practice with me. Say, I have enough time. Another, I don't eat enough fruit. Notice how this word helps you be clear and realistic. Another word I use often is too much or too many. For example, there are too many people here, or I ate too much food. It shows that the amount is more than needed, and I use it often in conversations about daily life. Practice now. Say, I spend too much time on my phone. Another, I bought too many clothes. This is exactly how you'll hear people talk in real life. Now, let's practice with some. This is such a common word that I use every day without thinking. For example, I need some water, or I have some questions. It's polite and flexible. Repeat after me. Say, I want some coffee. Another, I need some help. This is one of the most natural words in English conversations. The opposite of some is any. And I use this word daily, especially in questions and negatives. For example, do you have any money? I don't have any friends here. Are there any apples? Practice this with me. Say, do you have any time? Another, I don't need any help. You will use this word constantly in your daily speaking. Now, let's move to frequency words. The first one is always. We practiced it earlier, but it's worth repeating because I use it every day. I always check my phone in the morning. I always brush my teeth. These are common habits. Practice now. Say, I always practice English. Another, I always drink water after running. The opposite is never. And again, I use it daily. I never smoke. I never drink coffee at night. It's powerful and simple. Say with me. I never forget to practice. Another, I never skip breakfast. Another frequency word I use is sometimes. We practiced it before, but I repeat it every day in different ways. Sometimes I feel tired. Sometimes I go to the park. Practice this. Say, sometimes I read books at night. Another. Sometimes I listen to English music. Another very common word is often. For example, I often go shopping, or I often talk to my friends. It's softer than always, but more than sometimes. Practice with me. Say, I often study English after dinner. Another, I often walk in the park. The opposite is rarely. I use this when something almost never happens. For example, I rarely eat fast food, or I rarely watch TV. It's very useful when you want to sound precise. Practice together. Say, I rarely go out late. Another,